Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanvi, and this is the fourth video in a series of podcasts that I started where I invite guests on my channel to share their experience in the domain of software engineering. And today I'm having a very special guest. He's my mentor throughout my journey, starting from my giving GRE to till here. I graduated last week, so it will be fun and it will be very useful video. His experience and helped me a lot. And so let's begin. So he is currently working at Tesla as a software engineer, and we'll directly ask him the questions. Not gonna take much time. So can you please quickly give your introduction? And I'm like whether I call you Bhaiya or not on the video, but yeah, that's fine. So yep.
Firstly, to start with, thank you so much for having me. This is very special, and I feel really honored to be here and to talk to you about the various things that we have spoken about like throughout years now. And congratulations to you on being graduated now. And I feel so proud and happy to see you with like
Thank you.
doing amazing. And yeah, for the brief introduction, I am currently working at Tesla as a software development engineer, and I also studied here in the US and completed my master's in computer science. And yeah, I had my own piece of journey as well. So yeah, let's begin with the conversation, and I can share a bit more about it later.
So yeah, even I had the question, the first question that the students used to ask me now, whether we should come
Mhm.
to US or not. And I personally also asked you the same question, and your advice helped me a lot. So what is your take on one should come to US or not, and how they will grow from here, or India is better? So what will be your views on this?
Honestly, it depends person to person. Coming to US, but yeah, I'll tell you how I ended up here and what were my like key points to be here and study. One was is that it is just not about like the professional exposure you get here, and it's also much more about the personal development that you get here, and like the kind of people you meet, the experiences that you have, the situations that you go through. It definitely helps you becoming the kind of person that you are today, and like this is valid for all situations. But yeah, this the journey of masters takes you through a different kinds of roller coaster. Like it gives you highs and lows. So yeah, it is definitely a big step out of your comfort zone. So if you're willing to like make yourself uncomfortable for something bigger, and if you aim for something, doing much more in your life, then maybe yeah, like coming for masters is a big I would highly recommend that. But at the same time, if you're having like if you're okay and happy and comfortable, the kind of life that you are already having or maybe will have in the future in your home country, then that's all right too. Like it again, as I said, it depends on the person. But yeah, I would recommend this coming to US for masters to everybody who wants to maybe put themselves in certain uncomfortable situations and see how they can come out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard his advice, and I am like worth every penny.
Yeah,
So yeah, it is worth it.
Tanvi is a good example to look at.
So the next question is, since the hiring season is like hiring here is freezed and even the holiday season is going on, so the job market is really bad. So how one should start their journey? Okay, even the job market is bad, but I need to crack an offer. I need a job. So even you had an internship and then you cracked the full-time offer. So how is your journey throughout? Because I believe 1 year back also the market was same.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So just sharing one experience from my own journey is that I had an internship at Audible, and they like fortunately they liked my work and they had given me a full-time offer return. And yeah, so I completed my internship during summer, and after that I think I had couple of more semesters to complete. And so I was in a mindset that I already got an offer, and I do not want to do extensive search for my another full-time offer. So yeah, but since it was like we were just coming out of COVID and the job market was not doing great and everyone was looking for cost cutting and people were laying off. So unfortunately, I also got hit with like my joining date got extended by 6 months, and being an international student, we cannot be unemployed for more than 3 months. So like again, I had to look for another job for myself. So yeah, why sharing this is because that at that time also the market was not doing super great and it was a difficult situation. But at the same time, what worked for me is that I just like believed in myself and continued preparing irrespective of how many opportunities I'm getting and what the market is doing. Because at the end of the day, it's all about like cracking one opportunity. Like even if you just get one, if you do well in that, it's good enough for you. Like that's all you need. So yeah, I just had that mindset for myself, and I just kept preparing, studying, like, and kept applying. And I only got a few calls for interviews, but I made sure that any call that I'm getting, I'm ready for it. So yeah, I think that's what I'll suggest to people which are looking for jobs right now. I know the market is not doing great right now, but it is becoming better. But yet, just be have the confidence in yourself and your own strengths and keep working on it. Eventually, it works out for everybody. So yeah.
So the next question will be, as everyone you heard, he had an internship and then he's working as a full-time currently. So everyone has this question, lead code is not something that we enjoy doing it for a longer period of time. So how did you manage it? So you used to solve questions every day, or what was your strategy so that it will be helpful for others as well?
Yeah, again, I had many friends which had different strategies for competitive programming, lead code, and preparing for interviews. But I had honestly, I did not have any specific strategy to prepare, and I do not even recommend people to like go for 1,000 lead code problems or 500 problems. I would not like you should what I would recommend is that you should solve different kinds of problems, and when you solve them, just make sure that you understand what is your strategy, like like what is the algorithm being used, and you know the concept, and like that will help you understand, like if a similar problems arises, then you know like what would work here. And again, that might come with practice, that might come with as many problems that you solve, like whatever works for you. So yeah, that is like the ultimate goal is to understand the problem, and if it like if practicing more helps, if like even solving one problem multiple times, if that helps, that's fine too. Other than that, what I did was like with my friends, that whenever they were getting any assessments or any technical questions, they were like while interviewing with different companies. So I used to solve them along with them, so that I
Mm,
get to know what like industry level questions are being asked and how much time I'm taking, if I'm able to solve that in the given time frame or not. So that also allowed me to to understand where do I stand, if I'm ready for an interview or not. Like lead code helps,
mm,
but the pressure of an interview is different. So like
mm,
you should be. So I think these are the like different things which I did for my preparation. But yeah, ultimately, lead code is the Bible for all the software developers looking for a job right now, honestly. Like, yeah, having the theoretical knowledge is great, but eventually, like the way it has been designed, the interview process, it always looks for the people who can get to the like who can just write the code and get to the desired result. So yeah, unfortunately, lead code
mm.
is the solution to everything.
No, I remember one of our conversation, and it's like a medicine that you need to take
Yeah.
like a couple of
However
times.
it tastes, like just take it like it as a medicine every day. Do it for certain like period, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever works for you. But you have to practice regularly, because that's how you are
Yeah,
ready for any kinds of interview questions. Like if
and
you
you
have
train
solved
your
multiple.
mind and body for
Right,
this.
you are ready for it. Because I know we'll get to this question later, but this was something which worked for me while I was interviewing for Tesla.
So, like, how many rounds you had, like, for Audible and for Tesla? So, if you can share journey for both of
Sure.
these separately.
So for Audible internship, there also it was quite a unique journey for me. Honestly, initially I interviewed for a QA engineer in Audible. So there I had, I think, three rounds of interviews where there were two were programming questions and one was with the like hiring manager, which was majorly around the behavioral round. And Amazon has like different principles which they follow and which they want the hiring, like the person who is being hired, they should know. They should have that in their own life. So yeah, I prepared regarding that, and I had three rounds of interviews there. And once I got selected, like I don't know what got into me because I always wanted to like look for a software engineer role, and I just because that's what prepared for. But because since the market situation was in that when Audible is such a prestigious firm to work for, I like my thought was to first get into the company like anyhow, and like at that time the role didn't matter to me much. But yeah, of course, since getting into Audible was itself a very it boosted my confidence a lot that after coming from in that job market. And so yeah, I don't know why, but I just checked with the HR who helped me during the hiring process, and just checked with him that, hey, is it possible that I can interview for software development role? And luckily, at that particular moment, someone who already got an offer for software development, he rejected the offer, and there was a position open. So he just asked me like, okay, we can try you for that, but we you will have to interview again. So I said, okay, I think I can do that much. So yeah, they had another round of interview for me, and which was software related again, coding rounds. Like it was just one interview for an hour where they had asked like two or three programming questions to me, and fortunately I did well in that as well. And yeah, they converted my internship to into software development role.
That's nice to hear. I mean, I always look up to him for motivation, always.
Yeah.
And
One another quick tip, it never hurts to ask.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good. Like having a mentor is like a blessing in your life, you know. Whenever you need them, you call them and you'll be on a right track. Okay. So so the next is like you cracked the Tesla as well. So like Audible delayed your offer. So it's easy. Even I am in my comfort zone. Like I got the full time, so I'm not preparing in that direction. Okay, I need a full-time job. But if you have to start from the scratch, like, okay, I need a full-time job in the next 6 months. So what should be the strategy that one should follow, or how they can focus on applying and at the same time preparation as well. So what did worked for you? So
Um, to start with, I got to know about this delay right on my graduation. Like the day I got graduated, that was the time I got to know that, oh, hey, you don't have a job anymore. So yeah, it was not a very nice moment to have, and I was again like pretty down that even after working like doing that hard work for 2 years, I don't have a job in hand. So again, my back was against the wall, and I had to like as you mentioned, I had to start from the scratch. So yeah, I took couple of days like just to give myself a break. I knew that I had like 3 months to look for a job, and so I just took a couple of days to even go over what I can do, like to make a strategy. Okay, how can I plan this out? And like the only there were two things that I all kept on doing continuously. Was one was to apply irrespective if I'm ready or not, if I have prepared or not, irrespective whatever the role was, irrespective of whatever experience they are asking for. Just I just kept applying, kept reaching out to people for referrals, like if anybody knows their team is hiring or not. And so yeah, that was one aspect of my preparation. Another was to like brush up on my own experience, like whatever I knew already, or maybe like learn new things. I even tried like making little bit of small projects for myself so that I get to know what is currently going on in the latest technologies. So and so yeah, like just to give a bit more of idea, like I have an experience of working as a database developer back in India for 3 years. So that is something I have a good understanding of the databases and all. So that was one of the strengths which I kept banking on. That if nothing works out, I can definitely look for a job which, like, for a database developer. So I kept on applying for different kinds of roles, even though like majority was software development, since that is the like which is the majorly available in the market. So yeah, the idea was to just keep on trusting on your own strengths, and just like keeping your heads down. And of course, I'm not saying it's an easy ride. I also had my moments of breakdown, and I kept on, like, I also had moments of where I doubted myself that, are you even, ready for this? Like, will you ever get a job? Fortunately, I don't know how, but even in the job market where no one was getting a job, and luckily I came across a position in Tesla, and it was like, there also, like, I was not sure that if I'll end up here. But again, as I said, like, you just prepare for one opportunity, and if you're ready, that's all you need. So yeah, I think that's what happened to me.
Yeah, and what are the resources that you use during your preparation? So, like for the lead code as well. So, other than lead code, you referred maybe Stiver Sheet or like any other resources.
Majorly, I would say I just follow LeetCode majorly, because as I said, like, I was not following any particular path or particular, topic,
Mhm.
that these kinds of things I want to. I think like, whenever I had an interview call, I used to go through that. I think there's a 75 questions list or 150 questions list at
Me
LeetCode for
too.
interviews.
Yeah.
So I used to go through all those questions like a day before or 2 days before my interview, so that I know what I did in these programming questions, how did I solve them, so that I, like, just to refresh my mind, if those kinds of questions come in the interview. Apart from that, on a regular basis, I just kept on like, randomly I used to solve questions, and not following any kind of list or any, like, I was not preparing for a particular topic wise. These, because that's what I've done already during the masters, and this was, and like, yeah. So I was just preparing for random questions and whatever I could see, like question of the day or maybe anything other than that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you make notes during when you solve the lead code question? So,
I used
I
to
guess for
make a
some
lot of
people, yes.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for
Like,
me, I need pen and paper to make a
right.
note.
For me to remember things, I think that writing definitely helps. I cannot remember things like just by looking at them. So if I write something down, I
Mhm.
always remember, okay, I wrote this in this kind of paper, and I
Mm,
remember
yeah.
where I wrote it. So that memory helps. And
Yeah.
yeah, so like all the important algorithms, like maybe binary search, or uh,
Mhm.
all the things which seems important to you, or which you might need help with, I used to write on those down. And since I was also trying to apply for experience roles, so I studied for system design and all the other different like logics that it contains. So I used to write all that down, and it really helped.
So the next question I have is you're working currently at Tesla. It is a dream company for all the software engineers. Even I do have a dream to work over there. So how is your experience working at Tesla?
Yeah, like, as all the software engineers, it is a dream for me too, which came true. At like, given the situations that I was going through at that moment, I never knew I will get such an opportunity, and yeah, I was fortunate enough to convert it. As far as the experience is concerned, like, I feel being a Tesla is like working at a startup. Like, even though it has been a very, like, it is one of the biggest companies in the world, still the work culture has always remained the same, where they are like constantly looking for growth and innovation, and they're coming up with all the new features at all the time. So yeah, like, they make sure that you are always on your toes, and always prepared for uh, something new. It is challenging yet exciting. Like, my experiences, like, I've completed only like, it's like 1.5 year for me now at working at Tesla. Still, I feel that I learned a lot in these duration. And yeah, so it is quite exciting that, like, that I get to meet such like wonderful people who has experienced like who has gone through a lot of things. Even in my very small duration at Tesla, I've seen layoffs, I've seen robotaxi, I've seen a lot. So yeah, it is as I mentioned, it is challenging yet exciting. Like every day is something new. So yeah,
That's
it's a fun
nice. I
ride.
mean, it's not
Yeah,
like once you'll get a job, you'll be in your comfort zone. No,
right.
get back to work. You're working for such a big tech, and
Yeah,
that too,
it keeps you
by
grounded. Yeah.
Elon Musk. Okay. So, like for the last question I have is, what would be your advice for us, for me, and for
Mhm.
others as well? Like, if they want to grow in this domain, so what are the things that they should keep in mind, even though they got the job? Then also, what are the things we should focus on? Okay, that keeps you going. So,
You asked a very difficult question, but I'll try to answer it as easy as possible. I think for the students who are coming for masters, and I like since I've gone through that journey for myself, I can say this is that we already have a lot of challenges in our personal life that we are coming stepping out of our comfort zone, leaving our family behind, and like putting ourselves in a very challenging situation. So it is already very overwhelming, and like we make sure that we are like doing our own stuff. We are studying hard. We are trying to look for a job. So yeah, it is naturally very difficult and overwhelming situation to go through. But I think what kept me sane, I would say, is that I would always recommend to just believe believe in your own strengths. Just try to stay positive as much as you can. I know it's easy for me to say now, like since I'm not in that situation right now, but yeah, like even when I was there, I always tried to be positive, because I also had my rejections. I also went through all of the things that can happen to someone. So yeah, I think eventually if you are working hard, eventually if you know what you're doing, it will work out. Like I know the market can, because many things are not in your own control. What is in your control is your own hard work and your own the things that you can do for yourself. So just keep on doing that, and someday, one day, everyone gets a beautiful offer letter in their own hands. So yeah, it will
yeah,
work out for you. And for the people who graduated, or maybe starting their jobs, or doing like continuing job, I think like given the situation, or maybe like even irrespective of that, it is always important for us as a software developer. It is important for us to like stay updated with the like what are the new technologies coming in the market, and look for better opportunities, or grow in your own role, maybe like take more responsibilities. So yeah, it's always important for us to prepare, like since AI is taking a new shaping a new future for all of us. So like that is one example, but it can be any other technology as well. So yeah, it's important for us to always like keep a check on ourselves. Are we up to date? Are we still like just I know like it can be very difficult for us to like take out some time from the office and personal life. But yeah, even then, like once 1 or 2 hours a week would be easily possible. And yeah, I know
do lead code every day as well when
not
you'll get job.
not like just
Yeah,
for the best part is like now you don't have a pressure on your head that, oh, okay, I have a deadline, or I have a solved
yeah,
but it is the what should I say, it is this is how we it is designed for the immigrants, that you never
yeah,
know, so you always have to be
yeah,
prepared for any kind of situation. And even irrespective of that, like it's always good to be prepared. You can always aim higher, just switch your role, or maybe like go to a dream company, or yeah, and like
yeah.
do whatever you want to do for yourself.
Go to Google one day.
That
So
has to.
yeah, mentor.
So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's great talking to you, and it's always even greater. Like I feel whenever I talk to him, he's full of this positive vibes. So I had my time back then when I was preparing for internship and interviews. my breakdowns, and he always helped me. So I hope for my audience as well and everyone who is watching this video, this podcast will be super helpful and his experience. And you can always reach out to him on LinkedIn. So we'll share his LinkedIn profile as well, but not the contact info. That will be like once if he's comfortable, then only. So you can reach out to me for his mail ID and LinkedIn profile link, but not for anything else. So yeah. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
And this has been planned for like long ago, but yeah, finally we recorded it. So I'm really happy. And thank you very much.
Just before we go, just want to thank you for having me over again, and I'm really grateful that through your voice and through your channel, I am able to share my experiences and connect with all the students or all the people who I hope like whatever I said, even a little bit, if it helps to anybody, like that would be amazing. And yeah, as you already mentioned, you can always reach out to me for like any suggestions or advices if I can, help
Yeah.
you. So yeah, and thanks a lot